Be sure to check out my Veve and Omi Investors group in the description down below. Together we build generational wealth and go over everything you need to be profitable in the Veve markets. Yo, what is going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we're back with another Veve and Ecomi video, y'all. In this one, we're going to be talking about a very important topics. And this video is going to be for those of you who are kind of on the fence when it comes down to the investment. Sometimes you're bullish, sometimes you're bearish. Your perspective kind of flip-flops, and it kind of sways depending on the sentiment in the community. And I want to kind of get people to a place where they're like myself and other influencers and whales in the community. It's just, when I know I come across mean, I know I say stuff just blatantly, like I tell it how it is. I don't filter the things that I say, but I don't want it to be taken negatively just because that's just how I am. I want you to really understand that there's a big difference between a lot of us. The difference is we fully understand the project, while a lot of people just think that they understand the project. You have so many people who make like these statements on Twitter. They'll make statements and stuff on social media where they'll say, oh, if these guys are just moon boys. If they really believed in the project, they would ask to get all the stuff that the community is worried about. They would get these answers. They would try to get this stuff addressed. They would criticize the team so they can do better and stuff like that. And the fact that you think the team needs to be criticized so they can do better, the fact that you think that the team is not doing well already, it just shows the difference in what we're seeing. Like when you look at the whales, influencers and stuff like that in the community, most of us, we've run businesses. Like we've run businesses. We've worked with tech. We understand licensing and how long that works and how long that takes. Like there's some of us who have had to deal with regulations and stuff like that. Like a lot of us, we understand. We have a different source of knowledge to pull on than a lot of people in the community. So in reality, the people that you should question when you hear them talking is people who are always questioning the investment. Like, what makes you make a decision to invest your money in something that you're always complaining about? Does that sound like a good investor to you? Does that sound like a good investment practices? Where you make a mistake with your money and then cry about it the whole time? Me personally, like let's say that I did make a bad investment. I'm not gonna cry about that either. I made a bad investment. I'm going to learn what I did wrong, and I'm going to change what I did. I'm not gonna sit here and try to criticize the team and say what they should be doing better and something like that. Me as a man, if I invest in the wrong team, I'm going to see, okay, what made me think that this team was amazing to begin with? And I'm not going to make that mistake again as a man. Like that's just something that's important to me. It's important that I grow and I level up. I'm not going to try to force another man to grow and level up. And I wouldn't invest my money in men I feel like they need to grow and level up. It's just that simple. Like, and that's just the type of investor and type of person that I want to be. I think that so many people are okay putting blame elsewhere. I would honestly not be who I am if I always push the blame somewhere else. I always criticize myself worse than anyone else can. People always ask me, how can I take all the criticism and stuff and all the attacks and everything that comes from the community? I'm my own worst critic. Like I am my own worst critic. So it's like people saying stuff to me that I say to myself on a regular basis, or I try to see if I feel like it's a problem on a regular basis. You can't tell me something about myself that I don't know. Like, oh, I have an ego. I mean, if you came from where I came from, you probably would too. So it's like, the fact of the matter is, who you surround yourself with is very, very important. I surround myself with other people who understand the project, other people who think the same way. And this is what I want you all to take away from here. The reason that we have belief and faith in this project and we're so bullish no matter how bad something looks is because a lot of us have understanding and hope. That's actually what I was talking to the homie Dan Schwabel about today. We were talking about hope and how it's very, very important, and it's why most of us hold on. It's deeper than a lot of people may realize, because we fully understand the project. We fully understand that this is an opportunity, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for a better future, a better life, a life where we don't have to work jobs we don't necessarily enjoy just because they pay the bills or something like that. Like you literally can live, you can live, like Veve is offering an opportunity to live a life where you have collectibles, you can rent them out, you wake up in the morning, you collect your earnings from your rentals for the last day. If you rented your land, rented your spot, or you had some type of event or something going on your property, You get paid for that the next day. You wake up to a check in your bank account or wherever it goes, like your wallet. You wake up to a check. You wake up in a metaverse in a world where it's constantly growing. It's constantly something going on. It's something to do. You have other wells. You have other people's properties and stuff like that you can visit, people you can talk to, you can connect with. You can sell your collectibles and things like that. You wake up to an entire experience that gives you hope for a better future. So you don't have to be at the mercy of some boss, of somebody telling you what to do, most of your life. Because most people spend most of their lives working. Like you spend most of your life working and sleep. Like that's what you do. You spend most of your life working. So do you want to be spending your life working somewhere you don't really want to be, but you have to be because it pays the bills? This project is hope and freedom for most of us. And it's so much bigger. Like a lot of people who do get bearish and stuff at times, they're just jumping in this project so it can run up like Dogecoin and they can sell. Most of us who are in this project, we understand that it's going to be better to hold this project long term. To like all of our NFTs and stuff like that, while people are waiting for it to get to certain prices so they can sell, we're waiting for them to give us some utility so we can start renting these out daily and have passive income. We're trying to acquire more, so when we can make passive income from this, we can still hold. We willing to put all of our money into these collectibles and things like that, because the passive income, like it's just going to change lives. It's going to change our lives. Would you want to be able to have passive income daily, or do you want to sell something one time? After you sell it, that's just over with. You've made your profit, and now once you spend that money or make choices and decisions with that money, it's just gone forever. Do you want something to come back passive? Do you want it to be residual? Or do you want something to be permanent forever? So it's one of those situations where most of us really try to look big picture. We have big picture conversations. Like we know whales who are planning to buy up entire collections. We know whales who are sitting here planning and plotting to make businesses, to be the majority of one holding certain assets. So when you rent these assets in the Veveverse, the only place you can go to is them. So, and I mean, that's an insane strategy because they're going to get paid regardless. Yeah, they put a lot of money, and honestly, with the prices that people are listing things at, they're not even paying big money for this. You're giving success to whales. With the right strategy, this is why it's important the type of people that you're around, because you think differently. People are always asking Veve about MTL and stuff like that does not even matter. Why isn't somebody asking, can you create your own utility in the metaverse? Why aren't people pressing them for answers like that? Because you want to know what I would do? What I would do if I was in a situation where I had no collectibles, I wanted to put money into the project, and I didn't know what to put my money into. What I would do coming into this project is, if I had that answer, if they said, yes, you will be able to create your own utility, I would take the shittiest, cheapest collectible on this platform and buy up a bunch of those in preparation to create my own utility for this. It's just like creating a business in real life. You get the things you need in real life. If you're a good business, if you're good at business, you're able to make that work. You get the right people in place and stuff like that, and you make that work. If you see a collectible super cheap where you can pick up a bunch of these, and then you are able to create the utility for these, it changes the game. You have to realize, like, you have to think differently. It really is a shift in mindset. A lot of people aren't thinking like that. And instead of asking questions that leads you to thoughts like that, you're asking for the MTL. When exchanges, all this short-term stuff, man. What about the long-term vision? What about the long-term earning potential? Do you want to use this project for a momentary come up you're going to go and blow, it's going to be blown 10 years from now? Or do you want to build an opportunity that lasts for generations? Like, what is it that you want? If you just want to see more money than you've ever seen, then yeah, cool. This is a great project for you still. But the vision can be bigger. The vision can definitely be bigger. And most of us who are bullish, who don't really, our faith never wavers and things like that, it's because we do think bigger. We know that this can be bigger. This is a platform with the potential, the serious potential of hitting hundreds of millions of users. Hundreds of millions of users. This is a platform with that type of potential. Not many platforms can say that. There's no better team for this platform. There's no better team for what Veve is doing. A lot of people try to say, oh, what if this team has more money? This team has more experience in development and stuff like that. There is no team better suited to handle this project than the Ecomi team. Reason being, These people are kings at making deals. They're kings at relationships. So that means that whoever you think is better, they could make a deal with them. Whoever you think could do a better job, this is the type of company capable of making deals or closing deals that benefits the company and could help take this company to the next level. So where they have shortcomings that they can get the right people in place to do it, and I trust them to be able to get the right people in place. The biggest thing, Kay brought it to my attention the other day, and like I said, this is another example of this is why you need to be around people who think differently and who have a different perspective. Kay does not think that they're generating a ton of money, that he can tell based off of what they're offering to pay developers. He said like basically he does less work and they're offering him 50% less than what they're not offering him, but what they're offering for a certain type of role that Kay has the skills for. They're offering for that role 50% less than he makes, and he does a hell of a lot less work. So why would any developer want to jump on that opportunity with Veve? So I think that looking at it from that perspective, it's like, oh, so they're not paying enough money. They're not offering people enough money. They don't have enough money right now. This is why it's important that they continue to do drops. This is why it's important for them to continue to maneuver how they're maneuvering and not spend as much money as people are trying to force them to spend and stuff like that, because you don't know their financial situation. You sit here and you try to do the math on a few drops. Oh, if they sell, they got this many editions, they sell out, they just made this. Why aren't they doing that? That's a terrible way to look at things. You don't know everything that they're paying. You don't know all their expenses. You don't know everything. You don't have all the information. So while you're sitting here trying to do their job with half-assed information, you could be actually doing something valuable, like figuring out how you can take advantage of this opportunity. Like we believe in the metaverse. We believe in the ability to rent our collectibles. We believe in the ability to make money having our own establishments in the metaverse. Like you could really be mastering the tools on Veve right now, learning how to set up showrooms, learning how to build. Like that is going to be a very valuable skill in the future. Do you think these whales are going to be sitting around fixing up their own showrooms? No, they're going to hire the best person in the metaverse to do it. Like this is a skill that you can start acquiring now. Do you think that these whales are going to be sitting around all day studying the market? No, they're going to hire the people who are. Like I've already had people reach out to me and want to have meetings with me. Like, yo, how much money? Like, how much for an hour of your time? Like, I already have people reaching out to me. Like people reaching out to me asking me, yo, let me get an hour of your time. You study this project all day, every day. I want to know what you know. What you know is valuable. Like information is valuable, because somebody who's already successful, they may not have the time to sit here and dive into a project all day long. Like the type of drive and motivation I have, I'm getting to my goal no matter what. Like that is my mindset. I'm getting to my goal. I am going to be a multi-millionaire. I am going to be a whale in this community, and that's a fact. And that's my mindset. I work like that. I work like that. I believe that. So why would someone think that they're going to do a better job than me when it comes down to researching? It's very easy to miss certain things. And also certain things have been deleted. I saw stuff that some of you all will never see with your own eyes. I've heard things that most of you will never hear with your own ears. It's just, we're at a different level of understanding because of our entry point and because of the drive that I put into this project. Like I was one of the first ones, if not the first one, looking at who the team was following on Twitter, following on social media and stuff like that, putting pieces together. Like, you know what? It looks like they only follow people who they're doing business with. So they had to stop just following people at one point in time. Now I can't be asked to freaking go and look through who they're following and stuff like that. I ain't got the time. It's not that deep no more. Obviously, I've grown from where I used to be, but when I first came to this community, I was digging and trying to understand everything, trying to see where we was going in the future. I saw that they were following Marvel on social media, and this is what I meant early on by putting all the pieces together. We found a patent with Star Wars on it that points to Disney. We literally saw that they were following Marvel. We saw that they would have some connections to Disney. That pointed there as well. Like, we saw so many different signs, and any of these things by themselves, yeah, it's a question. But all of them together, that's completely different, yo. So it's just who you surround yourself with is very, very important. You need to be having the conversations that matters and that's going to most benefit you. You can sit around and criticize the people having these conversations. Like when we had the like when me and Sam Ellis was having the common versus secret rare conversation. We were having the conversation, we were talking about it. A lot of people sat here and criticized the conversation. And you're not having that own conversation about your own investment? Like, why would you not be having that conversation? This is your investment on the line. Anything can happen. You're assuming that you know what's going to happen, which is a new move. No one knows what's going to happen. And that's a problem. So that mindset to not be willing to learn, it's an issue. So yeah, let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, turn on notifications so you stay updated. And yeah, I'm going to catch you all in the next one. Peace out, Joe.